Here we have an example where we're going to be asked to calculate the torque. A force of 36 pounds is going to be applied to a handle as shown below. Here is our handle. It is a square-shaped handle. It is not going to be a straight handle. And we're going to find the magnitude of the torque that is applied about our pivot point. The pivot point is going to be up here, and we're going to apply the force down onto this point here. The applied force is going to have a magnitude of 36 pounds, and it's going to be applied in a direction that is 30 degrees from this horizontal line here. So this is our force vector, and our force vector has a magnitude of 36 pounds. As you'll recall, in order to determine the torque, we can use one of two methods. We can either cross product the position vector with the force vector, or we can calculate the magnitude of the position vector multiplied by the magnitude of the force vector, and then multiply both of those by the sine of the angle in between the two vectors. And based on the fact that we are given distances, lengths, and magnitudes of the force vector, my intuition is telling me that we will likely prefer to use this one instead of trying to find the components of R, the components of F, and then cross-producting those two vectors. The setup is going to lend itself more closely to this second way of calculating the magnitude of the torque vector. One thing that we do need to make note of is the position vector. Because we have a bent arm here, or a bent wrench, the position vector is not clearly drawn. The position vector is actually going to be defined to be having an initial point that is our pivot point, and the terminal point of our position vector is going to be the place at which the force is applied. So when we have a bent wrench, we're going to have to draw in the position vector so that the position vector starts at the pivot point and terminates where the force is being applied. Another way we consider the position vector is that it's also the length of the radial arm. So we can look at the magnitude of this vector as simply being the length of the hypotenuse side of this right triangle. And by the Pythagorean theorem, we can say 4 squared plus 4 squared is equal to the magnitude of that radial arm quantity squared. So this is going to be 16 plus 16 is 32. And then when we take the square root of both sides, we end up with the magnitude of that radial arm is the square root of 32, and we can take out a 16 to get 4 rad 2s. So now we have that magnitude is 4 radical 2, and we also already have been given the magnitude of our force vector, so the only thing that we have left to find here is the angle in between the two vectors. Now remember, the angle in between the force vector and the position vector is measured when they have the shared initial point. So we're going to have to move some things around here in order to be able to find that angle in between the two vectors. So we'll take our force vector here, and we're going to slide that up so that it has the same shared initial point as my position vector. So here's my force vector down here. And as we saw a moment ago, we do have that the angle in between the horizontal and the force vector is 30 degrees here. Because we have a right triangle over here on the other side where two of the legs are exactly the same length, that tells me that this thing must be a 45, 45, 90 right isosceles triangle. So now I have the sum of 30 degrees and 45 degrees. That's going to tell me that the angle left over to be in between these two vectors is 105 degrees. So we are saying that the angle in between the force vector and the position vector is 105 degrees. Remember, it is the angle that is less than 180 degrees greater than 0 degrees, certainly not a negative angle, and it's measured in between force and position when they have a shared initial point. So 105 is our angle in between the two vectors. So now we can go ahead and calculate the magnitude of the torque, because we have mag position vector is 4 rad2s. We know that the magnitude of the force vector is 36 pounds. And we're now going to be looking at the sine of 105 degrees. Let's take a moment to make mention of the units here. 4 rad2s is the magnitude of r. That is also going to be measured in feet, because the units alongside each of these legs was measured in feet. And of course we know that the units of the force was pounds, so this is going to be measured in feet, this is going to be measured in pounds, and of course the sine of 105 degrees does not carry units. So now we just need to multiply all this stuff together. So making sure our calculator is in degree mode, we end up with 196.7, and the units are going to be foot-pounds.